Welcome back to your daily news, but without the libtard propaganda. I'm your host, Aardvarks. Starting out, garbage painting at the center of George Floyd controversy stolen from Catholic University. This is what it looks like. It was controversial because they replaced Jesus with George Floyd, and that's because liberals are disgusting people that have no morals, and they shouldn't be allowed to live here. Defensively, Susan, defensively. Moving on to, Canada. How are you a country? Canada's indigenous health expert, Carrie, bourassa, pronounced that flawlessly, loses her job because she's the next Elizabeth Warren. There's a really weird thing going on in every white country where you got Rachel Dolezal, you got Elizabeth Warren, you got this lady with the ridiculously hard name to pronounce, where they pretend to be people of color to benefit financially and career. Weird. You think since they were white, they would just use white privilege? Methinks that maybe white privilege isn't a thing. What happens next in the case of accused serial killer Billy, another difficult name, we'll just go with that, flawlessly pronounced. Everyone knows me for my flawless pronouncing of tough names. Now, this whole entire study, article, it doesn't show his picture. It doesn't give you any idea of what this person looks like. And then when you see what he looks like, and you realize that he's killed 18 or more old white people, we have a big deal serial killer going around. And the news is just saying, fuck it, I don't want to cover that because it doesn't fit the narrative. We're all used to this by now. Black crime matters, remember that, guys. Women's March, being the dorks that they are mocked for apologizing over 1492 colonization donation request. So their average donation was $14.92, and they tweeted that out. And then their fans, the feminazis that they are, got offended because apparently 1492 is when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, or however it goes. And so they found it insensitive that this close to Thanksgiving, they would tweet out something about Christopher Columbus. God, our lives are so easy. This is the shit we have to complain about. Man, I wish we could just bop everyone on the head. Defensively, of course. No aggression here. We did it, boys. Got one for the team. Former Escambia County teacher sentenced to prison for sexual relations with student. This article is worded weirdly because she's going to prison for 6.5 years and then she's going to serve 5 years probation after that. But it also says she was convicted with the victim over 12 but younger than 16. And then the arrest report says the student was either 16 or 17. That doesn't make sense to me. But this went on for over a year. I mean, when I was 16, I don't think I would go for that, but you do you. South African doctor who first spotted the COVID Omicron variant says symptoms seem mild so far. It's just, there's another variant. Lock it down. Fuck your business. We need to destroy your life because someone might get sick despite the vaccine being available, because that's how we keep everyone safe. Just ignore that all those tens of millions of Americans that are losing their homes because they can't go to work and they can't afford their rent, and what the government has done to keep them in the houses isn't working. So we should lock down again because it's disproportionately making black people homeless. And the one thing I know about the Democrats is they can't stand for systematic racism. Side note, if I was in the weed business right now, I would quickly come out with an Omnicron brand and probably do large numbers. And that's been your daily news, but without the libtard propaganda. I'm your host, Aardvarks.